Good morning, my lovelies. Thanks for joining me for another What I Eat in a Day as a vegan on Slowing World. If you're new here, my name's Leanne. Hi, thanks for coming to my channel. And if you're coming back, as always, thanks ever so much for doing so. Today's Friday. It's the 26th of March today. I do have wet hair. It's not grease, I promise. I just haven't got around to drying it yet. So I'll do that in a minute before it goes too flat and horrible. I am in a really good mood. Because it's really bad weather outside. Well, not really bad, but like the worst it's been for a good few weeks. So it's like windy, it's rainy, it's quite grey, it's kind of dull day. I'm like, yes, I love it, love it. So, yeah, I'm in a really good mood. Yesterday, it went awry. If you're a regular, you'll know there was no video yesterday. It's unusual for me not to post a video every day. I do try to, but yesterday was just such a rushed day and I ended up rushing food and then I ended up going off plan and it was just like, oh my God. By the time I realised I hadn't filmed anything, it was like 4 o'clock and then I was like, oh God, and I've ruined it all anyway, so it's not going to be a helpful video. So that's the story of yesterday. Yesterday was also weigh-in day. Now, I had expressed that I was slightly concerned that I may not lose, and actually I was a little bit shocked, not in a good way, because I actually gained 1.5 pounds. So that was a bit disappointing to say the least. But you know, it is what it is. You can't change it. It's just what your weight is at that moment in time. So just need to just kind of carry on, and that's all I'm doing. And as you can see, not affecting me really because I'm in a good mood. So there we go. So I did actually go shopping last night just for some fresh like fruit and veg, just because I'd almost completely run out of fruit and I just wanted to get a few extra like veg bits. By no means was it a full shop, so I could do, oh, it's raining. It's like heavy rain. Oh, I love it. Sorry, I'll carry on now. Yeah, it wasn't a full shop, but it was just a few fresh bits basically. So yeah, I've got enough to sort of keep me going, but most importantly I have fruit again so I can have my breakfast. Yeah, and on that note, let's go see for breakfast. That's not really a phrase, is it? Let's go see for breakfast. You know what I mean. I have strawberries. It's very exciting. I've not been buying strawberries because obviously they're out of season and they are still not quite in season because we are only in March, but these did look so nice and I just couldn't resist. So I got this giant pack of strawberries, got some blueberries because I'd run out. I've got my last small apple. I also bought some big apples, but I'm just gonna have a small apple because that's my last one of those this morning. I would normally have banana as well, but they're a little bit too green, so I'm not having banana this morning. Yay, it's hammering down. I love it. Excuse the brief rain interlude. So, yeah, next I've got my Alpro Greek style plain yogurt. Yeah, I was zoomed in, sorry about that. So, yeah, I have half a pot of this, so that's 1 syn for half a pot. And then my finishing touches, a tablespoon each of ground flaxseed and pumpkin seeds. So between those two, the 2 tablespoons, that's your healthy extra B choice for the day. And then I always add a tablespoon of maple syrup because it is delicious, and that's 2 syns. So this is 3 syns and healthy extra B. I'm about to make this sound really complicated, but basically I didn't have quite enough milled flax or ground flaxseed or linseed, so it's only half a tablespoon, and then I've got my usual 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds, so at that point that's 3/4 of my healthy extra B choice. So I thought, I know, I'll add a walnut, just the one, because 5 of these halves, walnut halves, is your healthy extra B. So if I add 1, that's 1/5 of my healthy extra B. It's essentially making it up. So I thought I'd just crumble that on, you know, just for a bit of difference. Not that I'm the biggest walnut fan, it must be said, but I have them there, so I shouldn't waste them. There we go, beautiful. My yogurt is hiding underneath, down there. Okay, so here's the finished product. I've got my yogurt, fruit, seeds and walnut and maple syrup. So that's 3 syns plus my healthy extra B. Obviously all the fruit is speed in that particular bowl. And then I've got a very weak coffee. I keep making them too strong, so I've erred on the side of caution. But yeah, it's just coffee with 100 mils of Alpro Almond Barista for 1 syn. So in total, starting my day with 4 syns. Hey guys, so it's lunchtime and I've got my last portion of my smoky chipotle minestrone. So I'm having that, and I'm having with it because I'm quite hungry, and I just found that it wasn't quite like filling me up enough. So I'm having a bagel thin with it, which I'll have to syns. That's 6 syns. And in my bagel thin, I've got 40 grams of cocoa vegan cheese. So I mean, it's not in there yet, but it will be in a sec. So yeah, so that cheese is obviously healthy extra A choice. That's my first healthy extra A. The bagel is 6 syns, and my soup, which I haven't even stirred yet, so excuse the appearance, but it's a smoky minestrone, so it's just got veggies and pasta and chipotle paste, tomato puree, things like that. So it's just half a syn, and that's just for the chipotle paste in there, and the green stuff on top is coriander, which I think every other day I've shown it, like I've already mixed it in. So yeah, so that's my lunch, 6.5 syns. Well, hello friends. It's currently about 6:15 and I'm just getting some dinner on. I'm quite hungry. I'm just having a hungry day today, but I'm really tired, so I think that that's probably got quite a lot to do with it. To be honest, oh my god, I'm yawning already. I'm so glad it's Friday. I've just not had much sleep at all this week. I don't even really know why. Like, it's been a fairly busy week at work, but it's also like, it's not like I'm going out after work or anything. Like, I've just had no energy. I'm just like, ugh. So anyway, the point is, I'm very tired. I want to eat early in case I want an early night, because I don't like going to bed full, etc, etc. Also, I painted my nails earlier. They are green. This is an aqua, this is, what are they? Barry M, because I always buy like Barry M makeup, I really like it. And it's Barry M, and it's part of the aquamarine range. I think it's the one called Arabian. Yes, Arabian. So that was fun. So I've got painted nails for the first time in God knows how long. Who reckons I'm going to chip it by tomorrow morning? I do. Anyway, so for dinner, I could totally sit and just have chips and curry sauce, honestly. But I'm not just doing that. I'm going to make it a little bit more of a meal, a little bit more health. But what I'm going to do, I've got this enormous cauliflower, in fact, very nearly the size of my head. In fact, I reckon if you squidged it a bit to make it longer like my head, I reckon that would be the same size as my head. Isn't that insane? I couldn't resist it when I saw it. It was £2, but I just could not resist it because it just looks so beautiful. Anyway, I love a cauliflower. I'm going to try and make cauliflower steak. I'm going to do some chips with my little rooty potatoes. This one's not so bad. That's horrendous. I've got a really bad habit of leaving potatoes till they go rooty, and then I'm like, yeah, cool, I'm going to use them now. Obviously, chop that bit out. But yeah, I'm going to cut them up into chips. I'm going to make up some curry sauce. What is it called? Mayflower curry sauce. Let me get it out now and show you the packet. The drawer's stuck. I've shoved too much stuff in the drawer. Anyway. Mayflower curry sauce, honestly, so good. You can have 28 grams for 4 syns, so it's quite a good one. As for my cauliflower steak, I'm not quite sure like what seasoning I'm going to put on it, but I've been thinking all day about za'atar, so I'll probably just go with za'atar. Look how much the light changes when I move, like, because the windows, it's funny lighting right now because it's like the sun's gone. Anyway, I'll shut up because I'm just rambling. But yeah, so I'm going to put za'atar on my cauliflower. I'm going to make up some curry sauce just to have to dip my chips and that in. And I was thinking I might do some like crispy chickpeas, just to have a protein. But I think that's literally going to be it. So it's going to look really boring. But you know, it's a bit of a treat dinner, I guess. Don't know. Anyway, let's see how it turns out. Okay, so I've made my chips and I've made my cauliflower steak. So I'm going to put them in the oven now. I've had it heating to 200 while I've been doing that. It's only 6:30. I can't quite believe it's so early, but if I don't get started now, I'm only going to get hungry because like my tummy's already rumbling, quite frankly. So yeah, I'm going to put them in. What did I have this afternoon that I feel like I need to tell you? I've had 3 coffees total today, so they're 1 sin each. Also, I had my minestrone for lunch with the bagel and the cheese. Oh, I had some meringues. That's what I had. Now, these are the London Apron meringues, and they are vegan, of course. But they you can have about 5 of them for 1 sin, I think. Now, I ate 3 earlier, but I may have a couple more later, so I'll just work that out later. But yeah, that's 3 coffees. That's everything I've had. So yeah. Now the cauliflower steak. I'm just going to flip the camera so you're looking at it, not me, because it's far more interesting. Okay, here we are. So the chips, first of all, literally just potatoes. Some have got skin on, which are the older ones, and some do. The skin on is a newer one, and the older 2 little ones that I had to cut quite a bit off of. I just took all the skin off because obviously it was quite manky. And I've just rubbed them with salt with my hands. And then these are my cauliflower steaks. I've sprayed them with olive oil. I used a total of 20 sprays. That's 2 sins, which is 1 teaspoon of olive oil. So it really helps it go further. I've done both sides as well, believe it or not. And then what I've done is sprinkle and rub in slightly some za'atar, which is essentially thyme, sumac and sesame seeds. Now, yes, it is sesame seeds, but to be honest, I never sin it because the proportion of sesame seeds in there is really, really small. And I doubt there's even a teaspoon of sesame seeds on this whole thing, which would only be 1 sin anyway. So I don't sin za'atar, I just treat it like another herb and spice, herb or spice. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's, I'm just going to chuck these in the oven now. I haven't decided if I'm going to do chickpeas or not because I'm feeling like this is the extent of the effort I want to make. To say that I'm looking forward to this dinner would be a gross understatement. In total, the chips are sin-free. The cauliflower steak is 2 sins. The curry sauce, I used 1.5 portions, so that's 6 sins, so it's 8 sins. Totally worth it. Proper treat dinner, but also still pretty healthy. Oh, and that's coriander on top, you know, mostly for the look of the thing. So it's that time of day when I suddenly realise I never actually filmed an outro or uploaded my video yet, which is really annoying when I do this because it delays me going to sleep. But hey ho, it's fine. I'm not even going to tell you what time it is. I'm terrible at getting to bed lately. I've just had like hardly any sleep this week, but so irrelevant. So I can't stop looking at my nails. It's been so long since I painted them. So after dinner, which was really tasty, by the way. I love cauliflower steak. I just love cauliflower. Just roasted cauliflower is just so good. Anyway, calm down. I did have a hot chocolate and that did push me over my sins. Now, you'll see on the app at the end that I've actually finished on 27 sins, so I've gone 2 over. However, I actually think it's slightly less than that because the little mini meringues that I had earlier, I had 3 of them. A whole box is 5 sins, is that right? Yes, because then you make it a quarter of a box, which is about 5 meringues, and that's 1.5 sins, which even that is overestimating it. So anyway, I had 3, so I think it's actually more like 1 sin, if not half, to be totally honest. But even so, I'm still slightly over, but not like, I don't think it's excessive, you know. So yeah, but that is the last time that I will be doing that because I cannot afford to to keep pushing these little bits. Like this week, having a little game at group was just proof that you can't muck about with the plan, basically. So yeah, I've got no excuses for the rest of this week for going over or anything. There's no reason. I've actually, while I was watching TV this evening, I was doing like a meal plan for the next week and also into the week after that, because on Easter Sunday, so Sunday week, I am hosting, yes, we are in lockdown, but it's just mum and dad who are my support bubble, and my sister who's like my other like support bubble that you're not really meant to have, but me and my sister both live on our own. I've said this before, so we both kind of treat mum and dad as our support bubble and see each other, but not very much, but occasionally we get together as well. But yeah, so anyway, it's very limited, but anyway, so yes, so they're coming over on Easter Sunday and I'll be making the food, and I'll be doing like a big buffet. Well, you know, like mum calls it like an American supper, which I don't know if it's the right term or not, because she's literally the only person I've ever heard call it that. But she says it's like when people bring like loads of different dishes, which I said, well, that's great, except that I'm not getting you all to bring different dishes, I'm just making it. However, mum is going to attempt to make a vegan lemon meringue pie for dessert and bring it over, so we shall see if that happens, and obviously that's going to be off plan. But what I'm going to try and do with all my like main bits is keep them pretty much sin-free. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, that's not for over a week, so we don't need to worry. But the point is, I was starting to look at what like recipes I could do, because I was like, I'll just do like pasta salads and like coldy bits like that, you know. So yeah. Anyway, so beside the point, my point was I've been doing a bit of meal planning, so I know now what I'm going to be eating this week, which is really good, or at least a rough outline of what I'm eating. No, it's not a rough outline. I've made an actual plan. And breathe. So that's me done for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. I've lost all sense of like space and time, to be honest. This week's been very strange. Just because I've just sort of not really left the house, and it's just all been a bit of a blur, to be totally honest with you. Anywho, so tomorrow's Saturday. Yes, tomorrow's Saturday. So mum's coming over in the morning for coffee, and then that's it. That's all my plans, except for sorting out the house. I need to sort out the house. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry for rambling on as always, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Hope you had a good day.